What can UTEP fans expect out of Christian on and off the court?
I mean, on the court, I mean, he's one of those run jump big men. I mean, he's able to run up and down the court like a gazelle. I mean, he's got a really good nose for the ball. He's a really good offensive and defensive rebounder. If you look at that breakout session for that Reebok All-American camp, he actually led the entire camp in rebounding, which says something concerning that Diamond Stone was on this team. So he was taking rebounds away from him. So, I mean, you're talking about a 6'10", 215-pound kid with almost a 40-inch vertical. I mean, he's a superb athlete, great rebounder, really good shot blocker, especially from the weak side. Offensively, he has one of the best hook shots I've ever seen. It's almost not a hook shot per se. It's almost like Supermaning when Dwight Howard was doing those Superman dunks.
Yeah.
It's kind of almost that way, where he goes up and he literally throws the ball down when he's high enough. I mean, it's kind of a couple, I'm trying to think which coaches it was. It was from Florida International, and they came to visit him. They're like, we couldn't figure out what he was doing, and then we realized, oh my God, he's trying to Superman them all in. But his hook shot from his left hand and right hand are just awesome. That's kind of his weapon. And he could step out, he can hit threes. He probably hit just in the spring. I remember there was one tournament he had 4 threes for us. So I mean, he has nice range to the shot. He probably would have hit more if we let him. It's just that we needed him down low more than anything. But off the court, that's where he's just a super nice kid, hardworking. He went from being a kid that was barely a qualifier to a kid that's an honor roll within 6 months. I mean, he went and we went and told him, you know what, we're challenging you. To be a qualifier, you got to get your grades up, and you have to get them up quick. And he did a total 180. And we were working with him every single week, having him send in grades to our staff, making sure that everything's good, making sure everything's on the upswing. And it's continuing today without us even doing anything. I mean, he's getting awesome grades, as we speak. So he's a really, really hard-working kid. He's really personable. People always, he's not one of those basketball players that walks around like he's God's gift. Fans are going to like him. Students are going to like him. So, just a really nice kid all the way around.
Okay. What's his biggest strength?
His biggest strength, I would say, is his athleticism. I would say his athleticism, and then the fact that he doesn't have any bad habits. Usually you have these big men who will, they shoot the ball funny, or they don't know, they have poor footwork and stuff. He was pretty raw when we got him, but he had no bad habits. So when we worked on that hook shot, it's picture perfect now. If you watch his jump shot, you can watch some of those highlight films, you'll see that his jumper, his form is, just perfect. Yeah. He has really no bad habits, and he's a hard worker. So you put those two things together, along with Coach Floyd, who, just does magic with big men. I really think you guys are going to have... he's going to be a contributor, I think, by his freshman year, but I think he's going to be one of those guys that could really, really do some damage by his junior year.
Where would you like him as a coach to see him excel this season? Which part of his game?
So this season, he comes from a really small town in Illinois. So his town's in central Illinois. And, you're pretty much in Mohammed, Illinois, for 100 years, you're going to have kids that play baseball and soccer that just so happen to play basketball too. And then once every 100 years, you get a Christian Romine. So I don't think The thing is I think it took 3 years for the coaching staff, along with the players, to learn how to play with a kid like him. Because you just don't see that size and that athleticism in Central Illinois. This year, I think, and we saw it during the summer when he was playing with his high school team, we want to see him go and get the ball more and be kind of that dominant force where, during the summer in June, he was averaging probably 23 and 15.
Wow.
That's the type of numbers I think he should really put up. And you know what? He has the frame. Yeah, he doesn't have the bulk yet, but he has the frame to put on. I really think he could put on 25, 30 pounds and not lose an ounce of his athleticism. He's just got that type of body, and he's got those. Yeah, you have those quick twitching muscles, and I think only certain players have it. He kind of has that where his second bounce is as high as his first bounce. So things like that, he's just figuring out, like setting screens. The kid loves setting hard screens because I kept telling him, like, hey, the one time you could be an asshole on the court and really level somebody is just set a good screen. And he set a couple of them that, like, I know a couple of the coaches on our squad, they hated me doing it because they're like, damn, you just got 2 offensive fouls. But people were afraid going through his screens because he was really setting them hard.
Yeah.
So he, he's kind of got that streak into him. But I think Coach Floyd is like the perfect coach to actually get the most out of him. And then, just the whole squad. I mean, Coach DeWeese, that guy's going to be a stud. He's a stud recruiter.
Yeah, Ken's a character.
So, yeah, I mean, the whole staff. I just think, and it's amazing, just the amount of alum and stuff that's been, like, reaching out to Christian, but not just even to Christian, but even to me, where you have, some of those guys that played on the national championship
Harry Flournoy?
team that are, like, what now?
Harry Flournoy?
Yeah, he was reaching out to me, and me and him go back and forth now, probably, every other week or so. Just super, super nice guys. So, it's nice, being able to send, a kid somewhere where, I think his parents were nervous too. He's going so far away and stuff, but to go somewhere where, so many fans are just like, it seems like more of a family atmosphere, and it's a big city, but it feels like a small town.
Exactly.
So, I think it's just a good fit. They're really excited.